You want to bet?
The only Pete Manning is the one you cooked up in your twisted little brain to save your scrawny little neck. Get up!
I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm the man, and I'm in charge now.
Mr. Manning, we can hear you perfectly well. There is no need to shout.
Your Honor, the defense would like a recess.
Oh, what's the matter, counsel? You don't want to talk to me? You talk to that idiot Tom. You talk to that nitwit Rod. You even talk to Miss Perkins. I got news for you. You're gonna talk to me now.
Mr. Manning,
and thank God I'm here. Can't trust those pansies to follow up on anything. I'm the one who gets stuck doing all the dirty work.
What are you talking about?
I gotta blow up half this town to make my point. And what do? They stick me with fake dynamite. Can't trust those bozos to do anything.
Your Honor, for heaven's sake, stop this now. Order in this courtroom. You don't understand. If this altar is allowed to remain in control, I will lose my brother forever. Order. Gentlemen, approach. Gentlemen, I will not have these proceedings made a mockery. I thought I made myself clear on that.
Yeah, Your Honor, look. Your Honor, please. I'm really worried about the state of mind my client is in right now. I'm afraid it'll cause irreparable damage to him. Please, give me a break so he can collect himself.
Your Honor, Mr. Manning has already admitted to holding 14 people hostage with dynamite.
Wait, but that wasn't Todd.
No? Well, who was it, Pete? Look, I don't care what he calls himself. What we have on this witness stand today is pure, unadulterated Todd Manning. I say we push on.
I agree.
Please, Your Honor, don't.
And I will not have any more outbursts in this courtroom, either from your witnesses or from you. Do you understand?
I understand, Your Honor, but please.
Proceed.
Mr. Manning, do you admit to kidnapping Taya Delgado and holding her captive in the garden shed at Land Fair?
I object, Your Honor.
Overruled. Mr. Manning?
Yeah, I kidnapped her. She's my wife. Is there some kind of problem here?
Did you intend to kill Taya Delgado when she refused to flee with you?
That's it. One more word out of you about Taya, and I will strangle you with my bare hands.
Mr. Manning, you will keep your hands to yourself, or I will have you hog-tied. Do I make myself clear?
Todd, come on, don't do this, please.
Shut up, Blair. You're not scared for me. You're thinking about Sam. You're only scared that you're going to lose the man you love.
Mr. Gannon, please continue.
See, you're a woman. You wouldn't understand this, but Mr. Gannon here is mad at me because I made the whole world know his daughter's a murderer.
But I will bury you under the bridge. Bury you.
Mr. Gannon,
Get off!
approach. Mr. Gannon, you are an officer of this court.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Now, this witness could clearly try the patience of Job. Nevertheless, I have no choice but to report your behavior.
I understand. It won't happen again, I assure you.
Hey, look, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Tom?
You gotta lock that Pete guy up, man. He's bananas.
Your Honor, my client clearly needs a break.
No, I don't want to take a break at all. There's something that I feel I gotta say. Everybody, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry about Pete. He's just really angry. And I understand, you know. He was our father, right? He wasn't supposed to hurt.
No, that's right. That's right.
I mean, my father. And it was my birthday.
Your Honor, if I may?
And you just don't do that. You don't. No matter what, you don't do that to a kid. You don't hurt a kid.
That's right. You don't hurt a kid.
And he was my dad.
That's right. He was your dad. But he's not here right now. I'm the coach. I'm here now. And your father cannot harm you. Nothing bad will happen to you.
Okay. Mr. Gannon, I'm really sorry about what Pete said to you. But please don't yell at me anymore.
Todd, Tom, look at me. Just look at me.
Your Honor, please.
I'm going to allow this. Please continue, Mr. Rappaport.
We're talking about your 14th birthday. 14th birthday. Somebody brought you a cake, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah, that was Michelle. She was really sweet. And she brought me a candle to put on the cake.
Yeah, what'd you do?
Well, I wanted to light the candle, you know. But there weren't any matches in the house, right? So I went into my father's dresser and I took out a lighter. And that's when he got home from work.
And what happened then?
Well, he walked into the room and he saw me standing there holding his lighter, and he got angry. He got angry. So he knocked the cake out onto the floor, and he yelled and he screamed, and Michelle, she got real scared, so she ran away. And then I guess he figured, you know, because the lighter was there, that he would do his thing.
What thing are you talking about?
Well, he would make me hold my hand over the flame, see how long I could hold it there before I moved it away. But I wouldn't move it. I would not move my hand away. And that made him really angry. So he took his belt buckle out of his pants and he started to hit me with his belt. And he used the end that had the buckle on it.
What happened then?
Well, he hit me. He hit me. But I wouldn't cry. That made him even angrier. So he pinned me down onto the floor and, I couldn't get away, you know. I mean, I tried to. I couldn't get away, and I couldn't stop him. And when he was finished, he looked down on me, and he told me that it was my fault. That it was my fault. But it wasn't my fault. It was not my fault. I was just a kid. And he was my dad. He wasn't supposed to do that, right? He's supposed to protect me.
That's right. That's right. What did he do? Tell the court, please, the word. What did he do to you?
My father raped me.
That's right. That was good, Tom. Your Honor, I don't think our raft of experts could add a thing to this testimony. The defense rests.
You have to stay very strong, Tom. Believe me, if there's any justice in this world, the charges will be dropped, and you will be able to begin your therapy.
Yeah. Then I can get on with my life.
Yes, you can. Hey, I'm living proof that you do not have to spend the rest of your life suffering the consequences of what a very sick parent may have done to you.
He did do it, you know that.
I do know it, yeah. More than anything in this world, I do not want you to ever feel that what happened to you was your fault.
You guys won't ever leave, will you?
No. Of course not.
After everything you and I have been through, you think I could leave you now?
I'm scared, though, you know? I mean, now that the whole town knows what happened to me, I'm afraid the Blair's gonna try and keep me away from Star.
Oh, I don't think she'll do that. Come on, you're a wonderful father. She knows that better than anyone. What your father did to you has nothing to do with Star. Tell you what, I will do my absolute best to make sure that Blair allows you to be with Star.
Thanks. I do think I should talk to her, though.
I'll get her for you.
Yeah? Thanks. Do you think I'm a bad person?
No. No, not at all. I think you're a very complicated person. And you've been dealt some very bad blows. But you are not bad. Besides, we'll work on that. We'll fix the complications. We'll uncomplicate you.
You all right?
Yeah. Don't let him put me in prison.
All rise.
Please be seated. Mr. Gannon, are you ready with your summation?
Yes, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here today to determine not whether any crimes were committed. That's not in question. Nor whether the accused is in fact one person or several independent alters, as he claims. To support his absurd claims, Mr. Manning has offered you a performance worthy of an Oscar with a veritable parade of altered egos. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the truth is, it doesn't matter. That man, right there, whether you call him Todd or Pete or whatever you want to call him, this is the man who took 14 people hostage. He kidnapped Taya Delgado. And this is the man who should spend the rest of his days in prison. So, to sum up, look at the facts. Don't be swayed by false claims of multiple personalities. Your job is to administer justice. And justice means that every man must pay for his crimes. Call him Todd, call him Tom, call him Pete, call him whatever you want. Call him whatever he wants. But that man right there is responsible for terrorizing 14 people, holding them hostage and keeping them in fear for their lives. You owe it to those 14 victims. You owe it to society to find that man right there, Todd Manning, guilty as charged.
Counselor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counselor?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, today you have seen some of the many faces of DID, dissociative identity disorder. Now, among those faces, you saw Miss Perkins, the gatekeeper of the altars. You saw the very confident and sensitive Rod. You saw the extremely sensitive and young Tom. And you saw Pete. Violent, raging, angry Pete. And by his own admission, Pete was the one who took those people hostage. Pete was the one who kidnapped Taya Delgado. And I have to say, I agree with the district attorney. Pete should be punished for those crimes. But we have a little problem here today. You see, if we send Pete to Statesville Prison, we have to send Miss Perkins. We have to send Rod. We have to send Tom. So what do we do? Now, you have witnessed for yourselves, with your own eyes, the raging effects of DID on a human being. It is frightening, it's dramatic, it's emotional, and it is confusing. Think about this. If you're confused, think how he must feel. Think what it must be like to be inside that mind. Now, you've heard testimony today from a DID sufferer, the defendant's own sister, about DID being a refuge for a literally tortured soul. And you have the opportunity to give that tortured soul, this man, something his own father couldn't give him. You have the opportunity to give him the chance to become a healthy, happy, integrated, loving individual. A loving individual. Think about that. Love. Because that's what it's all about, isn't it? Just the desire to have love, to feel love, to give love. That's what we all want, isn't it? It's what you want, it's what I want. It's what we want for each other. Everyone, including the defendant sitting here today. And why? Why do we want love? Because love heals. Love heals you. Love heals me. Love will heal him. He doesn't need your punishment. He needs your help. And only you can give it to him. Only you are in the position to give this man the gift of healing. Only you.
Something wrong, you know. It's taking so long for them to get back.
The jury's been out less than 24 hours. Believe me, Tom, this is not unusual.
I did good, though, right? I mean, I talked about the abuse. I mean, I thought I was pretty convincing.
Convincing? Well, why do you talk about the trial as if it were some kind of performance and you were waiting for reviews?
I'm not worried about the reviews. I'm worried about the verdict.
Look, everybody was very moved by your testimony, including me. What you said about what happened with you and your father.
Yep. But you're supposed to say that, and you're my lawyer.
Look, I do think we made an excellent case. If the jury didn't know what DID was when they arrived, they do now.
Do you think they're gonna let me go?
Pete is guilty, not you.
Yeah, but what if they want to send Pete to prison for like 350 years and I gotta go with him?
Look, I know waiting is hard.
You have no idea. It feels like I'm in prison already, you know? I can't go anywhere because of the stupid ankle monitor. I go 150 feet out of the house, it's gonna sound the alarm.
Think about what's on the other side of this, Tom. Huh? The kingdom of second chance?
I didn't want a kingdom of second chance. I just wanted a second chance with you.
Hey, don't you know? You already have that.
Daddy! Can we go to the zoo and see the tigers in their cage?
Not right now, sister.
Sweetheart, your daddy's waiting for a very important phone call.
When can we go?
Soon.
Promise?
Okay, here we go, Star. I promise you that I will take you someplace soon. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
The moon?
The moon. Yeah, that's an interesting choice.
Can we go in a rocket ship?
I don't know. You'd be weightless there. You think you can handle that? You'd kind of float around like, ooh. And you'd have to drink your orange juice and that.
He's teasing. We can't really go to the moon.
Hey, you're right. We can't.
So you better not promise.
All right. Here's something I can promise you. I promise you that I will love you forever. And no matter where I am, Star, I will think about you. Because all I gotta do is just look up into the sky and I can see a star.
Are you going away?
Daddy's here now, and that's what matters. Hey, wasn't there something we wanted to show him? The chalk, the colored chalk.
Yeah!
Where?
Stay.
Stay. How come the phone won't ring?
It will, it will.
She's my little girl, you know, and she just wants to have fun. She wants to have some kind of adventure.
Hey, I can fix that. I know someplace we can go right now.
Where?
Somewhere where absolutely nobody will find us.
What was that?
Bird.
No, that wasn't a... It sounded more...
There it is again.
I didn't hear it.
I can hear it. It's like a bear. I think somebody should go check it out.
Don't look at me, amigo.
I'll go.
Really? You be careful. Don't let that bear eat you.
We used to do this when I was kids. Put an old sheet over the kitchen table. We couldn't afford summer camp.
I went to football camp.
It was a bear, see?
Scary bear. She kicked the bear in the butt.
No, I invited him to dinner. I said we were bears too. Daddy Bear, T-Bear, and Star Bear.
Living in the deep green forest where no one else goes.
Jury's in.
Oh, I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll get it.
What are you scared of now, Daddy?
Hush, hush.
I'm Teo Delgado. I'm his lawyer. So the jury will be sequestered for the rest of the day. Listen, did you get any indication why they wanted to see the psychiatrist's report? I understand. Thank you. Bye.
Star, what are you doing to the tent?
Making a window just in case we have to escape. Can we go to the zoo now?
Of course, princess. Whatever you want.
The moon?
We can even go to the moon.
Fred the Magic Frog. Him too.
Your daddy is the man of my dreams.
Well, I do my best.
Oh, you did for me. There's no man in Lambview that people respect more. You're successful, you're honest, you're handsome. You take my breath away.
You're guilty! 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 Guilty!
Guilty.
Hey, wait, Taya! Taya, don't leave! Don't you leave me!
Todd?
What?
It's okay, Todd. You were just having a nightmare. It's okay. We were pretending we were camping, remember? I took Star in upstairs, and when I came back, you were asleep. I was afraid you wouldn't be able to get any rest tonight. Just now, it was like that whole jury was with us in the tent.
No one believed him.
Well, what do you mean?
In a dream, is it Todd, right? They say he's a guilty. Did you believe it then? Did you walk it out?
It was a nightmare.
No, it could happen.
It won't.
The jury asked for the psychologist to report, no?
Listen, juries they're hard to
It's
predict.
no good sign.
whatever happens, I promise you I will not walk out on you, okay?
Do you like the music?
Yeah.
Yeah? You don't sound so sure.
It just never stops taking me by surprise when you switch from being Tom to being Rod or whoever.
Well, at least there's no Pete.
Yeah, you can say that again. Pete doesn't deal too well with stress, and this is certainly a stressful situation, you know, waiting for the jury to decide the rest of your life.
No. If the jury is the decision that sends me to jail, I will take you with me. And not really. In my heart. In my head. I don't understand the way you look so sad.
I keep thinking about what happened in court with Pete.
I see Pete. Pete is not so nice.
No, he's not so nice. He terrifies me. But then I talk to you or sweet Tom, and it gives me hope for us, you know? And considering what Todd or Pete put me through, that's pretty amazing.
So who you scared of, the Tom or the Pete?
They're both parts of you, I know that. I know you're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. It's just that in the past, I've accepted things from you, or I should say from Todd, that I can't accept anymore. I won't accept anymore. Look, I trust you. And I trust Tom. And it seems like the sweet parts of you are starting to get the upper hand over the angry parts.
That's so good.
Yeah, it's a good.
Why you look at me like that?
Will the sweet parts keep getting stronger and the angry parts weaker until I'm not afraid anymore? Until you're not afraid anymore and we can love each other the way Todd never could? Is that possible?
I don't know. Is it? Do you believe?
I want to believe.
Then believe. If only for tonight, then. Do you believe? Is it the door?
Yeah, it might be somebody from the courts.
No.
John!
Good evening, Counselor. Sorry to disturb you.
See, why you disturb?
Well, because the safety of this community is my concern, along with the safety of each and every citizen in it.
No, the citizen is a fine.
Yeah, I can see that. So, who are you tonight?
Rod?
Yeah, well, Rod, we're having a little trouble picking up the signal from your ankle monitor.
The new one?
Yeah. I don't know, maybe it just needs an adjustment. Officer, you want to take a look at it, please?
Looks like it's been bashed up pretty good, Commissioner.
I don't know how that happened.
You bump into the coffee table.
Yeah, I'll bet. Well, luckily, we got another one with us. You okay? Okay. Well, looks like it'll work fine now, as long as you treat it with a little bit more respect. You do know what respect is, don't you?
See, I go upstairs, check on my daughter.
Fine.
Was that really necessary?
Oh, come on. He obviously disabled a monitor by himself.
It might have been an accident.
Why are you so willing to give him the benefit of the doubt? You know, I feel... I worry about you.
I've got my eyes wide open.
Well, good. That's great. Hopefully the jury will find Todd guilty. I bet they're having a hard time justifying his behavior right now. What do you think, Counselor?
I can't talk about this with you.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry. You know, honestly, I understand more than you think. Bitter personal experience. Look, nobody's all good or all bad. When we truly care about someone, we hope that somehow our love will be able to save them. Unfortunately, when they're that sick, even our love isn't enough. So, even if it breaks your heart, you have to find a way to stop them from hurting others.
I'm sorry, John.
I thought I was comforting you.
Let's hope that we both get what we need someday.
You take care.
Just lining up the replacements, eh, Delgado?
What did you say?
Never mind.
I put up with enough jealousy from Todd. A little while ago, I showed you that I was willing to risk getting close to you. I put aside all my doubts, all my fears for you. Doesn't that prove that I love you?
I don't know. If it's a jury makes a decision, is it not a decision? Any person makes a decision, it doesn't matter. You belong to me.